Hello there, warm welcome to you. Can you hear me, viewers? Thank you for responding with yes. Eritrea going to invade Ethiopia this month. Is that going to happen? What is Ethiopia saying? What are independent analysts saying? What is my view? All that in this video. Let me welcome, in this live chat rather. Let me welcome the participants. Then we'll get going. I won't waste any time. Let me just read the names of those who have joined so far. No nickname is first viewer who commented today. It's a new name for me, by the way. New screen name. How are you, no nickname? How long have you been watching my views and news? We have Mangisha here, Alex T. Shafo joined to welcome Shafo. Shafo is a member too. Special welcome, Shafo. Members are those who have bought membership. If you want to be a member, click the link given in description section of the live chat or videos. Kasim Saleh here, John Wonder. John Wonder says, you really don't like Eritrea. Why, Sajid? Now, this is the problem that some people come with premeditated thoughts against me, a prejudice against me. They have, because they are misinformed, they are mistaken. I did a video 2 hours ago. I told you about entry of Tigray forces into border area of Afar. And several viewers said in comment section, you're lying. It's incorrect. We're unsubscribing. Let's report the channel. You can read the comments, by the way. And My Views and News is the only channel where such comments are allowed. People launch campaigns to unsubscribe in comment section. I don't ban them. People launch campaigns to report the channel. I don't ban them. This is what I can do. And this is what shows that I have confidence in my reporting. Reporting is fair. People are either mistaken or they are blinded by the propaganda which they listen to all day, or blinded by their loyalty for some groups. So what should I do? I can only teach you. I can only teach you. I try to analyze things neutrally. You're saying, why are you against Eritrea? Why would I be against Eritrea? Why? I mean, what would I get by opposing Eritrea? Problem is that you people, some of you don't analyze things neutrally. You want everyone to agree to your narratives. We have average Dom, a regular participant, Ridwan Abdullah, Jacob Jericho here, Gurach Abati, all these viewers are regular viewers. I know them. Milat TV, Milat here, Shihat Tube, Liul Gizao here too. GHD says, ignore the noise and keep going. Thank you, DHD. Bilal Asaya here. Thank you, Shafo. Shafo bought a super chat sticker. Thank you, Shafo, for buying it. Kinadit Garbo, thank you for trusting. C. Mac here. Ilyas Hele. Ismail Idle. Ilyas says Pakistan is standing by Eritrea. I have nothing to do with Pakistan's foreign policy. I don't represent Pakistan when I make these videos. I represent myself. I am a human. I have been, you can call me a researcher, you can call me an analyst if you want to. My nationality, my religion, my ethnicity has nothing to do with the reporting. This is how you ensure correct reporting. I don't know about Pakistan's foreign policy regarding Eritrea or Ethiopia. Muhammad Ali here, Basso, Nagari, Johannes Voldekidan, Sigitan Assad here, Vollo joined to Biso Nigari. I was L Marathon, no nickname missing. Yeah, I remember. I remember L Marathon was a regular participant in comment section in on my Vision News. So you are L Marathon back. Welcome back with this new screen name. Irmias joined too. Irmia is a member too. Welcome, Irmias. He said it's scary. Yes, it's scary. It's unfortunate. It should be condemned. It should be prevented. Bilal here. Bika A. Ahmad Muhammad. Armin Hagos. Romticha, Teddy Vuku, Abi the Legend, DSG, Masgan Dinka. I think I tried to read all the names. We have Gadisa Jerta, we have Kirabacho, Kifialeo. Now I think I should start just a brief live chat. Michael Kidana here to welcome Michael. It's too hot in Germany, he's saying. Really? How hot is in Germany these days, by the way? Ibisa, Galana, Gutu, Engesom, photo joint. Welcome, Engesom A here, Addis Unity, Kibrom, Berhe here too. Addis Unity says, do you know the spokesperson of TPF is a former party member of Independence Party? Yeah, I know. You're talking about Shivat Bathu. Shivat is a former member of TIP. I know that. I think I mentioned that in a video, if you remember. Well, it's 45 here in Pakistan, 45 degrees centigrade. I don't know what temperature is in Washington or Germany. A says, what's with the title today? Well, I picked the title from a position taken by the Ethiopian government. Ethiopian government has taken an official position about imminent attack on its territory by Eritrea. ATO Africa says, I think you are a spokesperson of PP. You see, there are people like ATO Africa saying you're a spokesperson of PP without questioning anything, without pinpointing the information, without producing counter evidence. He's saying you are spokesperson of PP. Oh my. Oh, let me start, viewers. Let me start. Let me speak for a few minutes and then you can ask questions and write comments. Ethio-Namibian here. Let me start, viewers. I hope you won't interrupt me when I'm talking. I'll speak for around 5 minutes. Just brief intro, and then you can ask questions, you can write comments. Meanwhile, you can have a chit chat in comment section. We know that it's now official that Ethiopian government has written a letter to the US. Gideon Timotheus, the foreign minister of Ethiopia, has sent a letter to Marco Rubio, the US Secretary of State. By the way, Ethiopian government wrote another letter too a few days ago. I did a video on that. This letter is different. Gideon Timotheus, the Ethiopian foreign minister, says that whatever Ethiopia did to reconcile with Eritrea, to have good relationship with Eritrea, is being reversed by the Eritrean government. Eritrean government banned Ethiopian airlines. Eritrean government cut off telecommunication link with Ethiopia. Eritrean government is occupying Ethiopian territories. Eritrean government is killing Ethiopians in territories of Ethiopia occupied by Eritrea. Eritrean government is teaming up with TPLF and other armed groups. And Eritrean government is going to invade Ethiopia. Invade. It is going to launch military offensive on Ethiopia in this rainy season. Ethiopian government is asking, the Ethiopian foreign minister is asking Marco Rubio to intervene, saying, saying that Horn of Africa is on the verge of another war. This is the time for the US to intervene, to stop a war from happening. When does rainy season start in Ethiopia? I think it's already starting, if I'm not wrong. July, August are rainy season months. It means that the invasion by Eritrea of Ethiopia is imminent. This is what Ethiopian government is saying now officially. It's not a claim made by an analyst. It's not a report by a news outlet. It's an official position taken by the Ethiopian government that Eritrea is going to invade Ethiopia this month or next month. Question is, what is situation on the ground? I mean, is Eritrea really mobilizing its forces towards Ethiopian border? Well, if you connect some dots, you would see that Eritrea definitely mobilized some divisions of its military towards Ethiopian border, towards Tigray Eritrea border, towards Volkai Humera Eritrea border. I did some videos on that recently. I told you about the deployment of new Eritrean military units on Hajar front. Hajar and Tessane. Both are where? I think towards western Tigray, towards Humera, Volkai, Sag. Is Eritrea mobilizing its forces towards other Ethiopian border areas? I don't think so. No confirmed information. No confirmed information about movement of Eritrean military towards Ethiopian Afar region. Main deployment is being seen on Western Tigray Eritrea border. Now, connect another dot. Mobilization of Tigray forces. Did some videos on that. I told you about likely offensive by TPLF fighters, Tigray fighters on Volkite from 4 directions. Almost a week ago, did this video. You can watch that video. I mentioned names of fronts. Tigray military definitely being mobilized towards Volkite. They're waiting for the right time. They're waiting for the decision by top command, but they are in ready position. Fanos, uh, Fanos in Volkite. I mean, Damak Zadu led government, the government forces ready. They say yes, TPLF going to invade Volkite. They say in Shire, TPLF leaders held a meeting in June. I think it was second week of June. Yes. Groups in Volkite say that in the second week of June, last month, in Shire, a high-level meeting was held. In that meeting, it was decided that Tigray was going to invade Volkite. That is why Tekze guards being strengthened there, ENDF bringing in some reinforcements, meetings underway. Fano fighters, Fanos, Amhara Fano National Force, Amhara Fano People's Organization, mysteriously silent. I mean, movement of Tigray military towards Volkite is being confirmed by several sources, Tigrayan, Amhara sources. But Fano groups, some Fano groups are silent. So it means that preparations are there for a massive push from the north by Eritrea, Tigray, and maybe by Fano fighters. This is what Ethiopian government is pointing out. It's not that Eritrea is going to invade Ethiopia through afar, through other regions. It's going to conduct airstrikes. It's going to fire missiles. No. This is how I read the statement. I mean, and this is what corresponds with the situation on the ground, that a push from the north, which is very predictable, by the way. We mentioned in chats, in videos weeks ago, that Ethiopia wants the war against Eritrea to start from Ethiopian Afar region, and Eritrea wants this war to start from Volkite. Ethiopia has not made any big moves in the Afar region of Ethiopia. Yes, it's organizing Eritrean opposition groups, but there is no massive mobilization of ENDF in the Afar region of Ethiopia. But Eritrea has done some mobilization. That is why situation is alarming. And I did a video today. I told you about the response to Team Abi's talk, Eritrean response, and the people in power in Eritrea, they say that before Abiy strikes, he should be removed. They don't want Abiy to fire the first shot because they think that Abiy will preach peace and then suddenly he'll hit. So it's better to remove him first. And this is what Eritrea is trying to instill in the mind of TPLF, that you could be attacked again. So before Abiy attacks you, attack Abiy through Volkite. This is the situation, alarming situation, what Ethiopian Foreign Minister has shared with US Secretary of State is very alarming. Both are saying that they don't want to start war. Both are preaching peace. Both say they're showing restraint, and both are making preparations for a big conflict. By the way, I want to do a video today about some flights data. Uh, an expert has published a list of flights from the UAE to Ethiopian Harar Mada airport. I think 11, around 10 flights have been confirmed so far in the last few weeks. All flights flew from military airports in the UAE, and they landed at Harar Mada Air Force Base in Ethiopia. During Tigray war, I think another expert compiled a list of such flights from UAE, from Turkey to Ethiopia. So those flights gave us a hint of what was coming. And those flights played a key role because through those flights, Ethiopia acquired drones and other modern weapon systems from the UAE and from Turkey. This time, we're seeing the same pattern that military cargo planes are landing now very frequently on Harar Mada Air Force Base in the Oromia region of Ethiopia. And these arms deliveries are not related to Sudan because UAE is now supporting RSF through Libya. It has been supporting RSF through Chad too, but now it is resorting to using other countries. Through Uganda, it is interfering in Sudan reportedly in support of Rapid Support Force. So I don't think that through Ethiopia arms are being delivered to RSF. The arms deliveries are linked to Ethiopia UAE military relations. Overall, I would say situation is very tense. It's going to explode. It's going to explode if there is no intervention. Now, your questions and comments. I'm here for 10 more minutes and then we'll end the live chat. Jacob says, what do you think Eritrea is refusing sea access if they are offered a right price and good relationship with? Well, no country generally gives a piece of land to other countries, especially if there is lack of trust between the two countries. Ethiopia does not have sea access. Eritrea has sea access. Eritrea is a smaller country. If Ethiopia gains sea access, Eritrea believes it won't be good for Eritrean sovereignty. Ethiopia will try to swallow Eritrea. And secondly, why should they be forced? How can Ethiopia force Eritrea to give away a port? Yes, through clever diplomatic means, Ethiopia could have gained sea access, but I think the time to gain sea access was when war was ongoing between Tigray forces and Ethiopian government forces. Abiy waited for the war to end, and after the war, things changed. Uh, Eritrea does not trust Ethiopia. Eritrea believe that if Ethiopians set foot on Assab, they won't withdraw then. They will try to take control of Assab and the route. So it's difficult for Eritrea now to accept Ethiopian presence in Assam. Thank you, Biniam, for buying the super chat sticker. Your contribution matters a lot. Thank you. Someone is saying, you were saying war is not imminent. Now you're saying situation is alarming. Well, when I was saying war was not imminent, war was not imminent back then. You should appreciate my analysis. I said that months ago that Eritrea Ethiopia war was not imminent. When you say imminent, it means in coming days, in coming weeks. So my analysis was correct back then. War is imminent now or not? Uh, I wouldn't say imminent. I would say situation in Volkite is very volatile, very uncertain. Federal government trying to prevent a war. Gitacho visited Volkite. Federal government does not want war at this point of time. Federal government wants to buy some time. So it is trying to avert this war. Why? Maybe it's buying time for future offensive, or it believes this is not the time for a war. Federal government trying to prevent this war now. Eritrea back TPLF thinks that this is the time to strike. So let's see. Federal government wrote this letter to US because it knows that TPLF is going to strike in Volkai. Uh, can federal government prevent this war from starting, or will it erupt? I think we need to wait. But as I said earlier, situation is very alarming. It can happen anytime. Redemption says, why has Eritrea started supporting TPLF suddenly? What is in it for them? They want to remove Abiy. They say Abiy is unreliable. If Abiy stays in power, he will try to make a move towards Assad. So it's better to remove him. Filmon is making an interesting comment saying, I think Ethiopia is essentially begging US to come mediate, not because Eritrea is really going to attack. Well, US cannot mediate between Ethiopia and Eritrea. It can mediate between TPLF and Ethiopia. And TPLF is backed by Eritrea. So Ethiopian statement can be read in two ways. Either Ethiopia going to attack Eritrea, or Eritrean TPLF attack on Volkite imminent, and that is why Abiy is raising alarm. Great Music says, why all need the war? What's the main gain or advantage for all parties? Well, I mentioned that Isaias believes that Abiy should be removed from power. If Abiy stays in power, he will make a move towards Assad, especially after election. Abiy believes that if Isaias is removed after that or during that, Ethiopia could gain access to sea through Assad. What is the role of Tigray in this? A is asking. Well, Tigray is now part of the conflict. TPLF has taken sides now. Tigray wanted to be neutral in Eritrea Ethiopia confrontation. If you remember past statements of TPLF, Tigray leaders, they wanted to be neutral. But now they have joined Eritrean allies. What would TPLF gain from this? TPLF would gain its survival, its political survival. It is not eligible to contest election. TPLF will gain Volkaith. TPLF might be back in Addis Ababa if it manages to remove Abiy. TPLF is daydreaming maybe to be back in Addis in the form of EPRDF. Addis unit is asking questions about Shivat Batio. Well, Addis, don't write the same comment, please, again and again. I don't know what Shivat wants, but he is against TPLF. Whether he's in support of Tigray's independence or not, but these people, TPF, they don't want to see TPLF in power in Tigray. A says Abiy should ally with TPLF to isolate Eritrea. Well, Abiy will have to do something out of the box. He is doing things which are uniting groups and countries against him. Filmon says, could Abiy try to avert this war by offering TPLF recognition? Well, Abiy will have to do something like this uh, to have TPLF on his side. But will TPLF trust Abiy? Where is TPF? I heard they fled to Afar, Shafo is saying. They returned to Afar, but now they're being chased by Tigray military. I did a video, Shafo, a few 2 hours ago. You can watch that. And in that video, I reported that TPF returned to Afar, and now Tigray military is chasing them. Tigray military entered Tonsa, which is on a far Tigray border. Dane Ekube says Abiy should return TPLF status and start dialogue. Yeah, Abiy should talk to TPLF, and TPLF will only talk if its status is restored. If its status is restored, even the issue of Volkait can be prolonged. So IDPs could start returning, but Abiy perhaps has decided that he needs to crush TPLF. Otherwise, it will continue being a threat to his rule. Annabelle says AFNF was talking for the past 12 days. What they have decided? What have they decided? I don't know what they have decided. Mikhail said, any news on Damaki leaving Western Tigray? No, I don't think Damaki will leave Volkait now at this crucial time. Yunus says, can Ethiopia destroy all Eritrean fighter jets at the airport on its first strike day using drones? If fighter jets are there, they could be relocated to some other country. Rufile, will the Rufile join too? He says, would EDF side with TDF in liberating Volga Tamara? Yes, I think they'll support TDF indirectly. Their indirect support could also be lethal. I mean, if they start firing artillery shots from their territory on ENDF, on Colonel Demak Azadu-led forces, it will be different. And then TPLF forces, just Tigray forces cross stack as it will be too much to handle for ENDF and Tekeze guards there. So I believe if it erupts, if Volcaite explodes, I think Eritrea will be involved indirectly. Time for TPLF to strike a deal with Amhara forces, Egunnafer is saying. Well, I think TPLF will make a move towards Volcaite after making a deal with Amhara forces. They have been in talks. So 38 minutes have passed. I think we should leave now. I'll be back now tomorrow. I am continuing live chats because viewers said live chats are good for interaction. Thank you for joining. It's good to be with you in live chats. I'll be back now tomorrow. Let's stay in touch. If you receive any information, do contact me through my Gmail, Sajid 672 000. See you tomorrow. Stay blessed. Bye bye.